So this is the first video tutorial. It will be about pivot tables in Excel. But before we go to Excel, let me explain you what is a pivot table. Okay, a pivot table is a tool that helps you to summarize all the information you have in a normalized table, so you can explore the information in a better way and analyze trends based on it. Okay, so this is the dataset we are working on, and I will explain you in a moment. So guys, here we are in the dataset. This is a small dataset. We have just 821 rows, so it's totally acceptable for Excel. And now I'm gonna explain the columns. Okay, so we have the name, nothing to explain there. We have the area, we have video games, books, clothes, tools, kitchen, and so on. Okay, we have warehouse, and there are cities in Mexico. We have Puebla, Monterrey, Ciudad de Mexico, Guadalajara, and so on. Next we have the role. Okay, next we have the age. I add this column because I really want to do something with this data. Okay, there are just random numbers, they are not real numbers. Okay, then we have the hiring date, so when the company hired the person. Then we have the location date, and this column is really important because we see here that we have, for example, left, or we have no show up. Okay, what does that mean? That means that uh, once the company hired a person or people, they need to locate it. They need to locate in a warehouse. Okay, but some people decided not to wait. They left before they get located. Okay, and then we have the no show up when, okay, they received the instruction to go to a warehouse, but they just simply didn't show up. Okay, then we have the release date. Okay, this column is once you get located to a warehouse, then you need to get the appropriate training. Okay, and like the previous column, some people decided to, or they decided that they have better things to do and they just left. Okay, and then we have the discharge date. This is not for layoff, this is for layoff, or they left the company. Okay, they're for both. And this column, I don't know what they have here, but okay. So guys, now we have explained the dataset. We can go and create our pivot tables, but before we need to name this normalized table. Okay, so we go here in the design tab, and it says the name of the table. I just name it like data. Okay, and then we create a new tab here. I already have this because I don't want that you get bored with the format or the type font. Okay, so the first pivot table is gonna be for the hired people quantity. Okay, uh, I want to know how many people or how much people were hired in for this dataset. So we go here in the insert tab, pivot table, and it says select a table or a range. Okay, my table is called data. I put it there, and then I need just a number. Okay, so I just select my name column and put it here in values. Okay, and now I have the hired people quantity. So I have 820 persons. So if you remember, I said 821 because 821 rows because I count the titles row. Okay, so the second pivot table is for the located people. Okay, I want to know my located people quantity, so copy format here, and then I go in to insert pivot table from data, and my located people is just my location date in values, but if you realize I have the same amount that before, 820 people, because if you remember, we have left and people that didn't show up here in this column, so we need to filter that. So we we take this same column, location date, and put it on filter, and here we select, or we just select just these two, the left and the no show people. Okay, and that's it. Now for the third pivot table, I want to know the released people quantity. Okay, so copy format here, and then go to insert pivot table from data, and the release date in values, but this number is wrong, so I need to filter that and just select the left people. Okay, so I have 589 people who were released. Okay, so for the fourth, I need, or I want to know the discharge people quantity. Okay, so copy format here and insert pivot table from data, and discharge, I just put this here. Okay, and that's it. I have 232 people that were discharged. Okay, so the next pivot table is age by role. Okay, so put it here, age by role, copy format, then insert, but I want here more or less pivot table from data, and I want my age here in rows. I want an count here, but it's too long, so I want my role below the age, and that's it. Okay, I have, for example, 19 people with uh, 18 years, and one of them is a driver. Okay, and that's it. Right click here and contract all. Okay, and that's it. Perfect. So the next is the hiring by role. Okay, hiring by role. Okay, copy format here, and then insert pivot table from data and hiring by role. So I need here my role in rows and a count of them. Okay, and that's it. I have 39 drivers, for example. Okay, and the last one, the last pivot table is hiring by month. Okay, so read, copy format, and then insert from data, hiring by month. So I put here my hiring date in rows and a count of them in values. Okay, so this I don't really need all the days, so I just want the month. So right click, uh, group, and I select the days. Okay, and accept, and that's it. And for example, in April, the company hired 148 people. Okay, so that's it, and it's just as simple as that to make a lot of pivot tables and summarize all the information you have, and with that take decisions and make dashboards and all of that. Okay, so see you in the next video.